10.1 Surface area of prisms. We're going to start this section talking specifically about rectangular prisms, which you may think of as a box. And we're going to calculate and find out how to add up their surface area. Surface area is just the sum of the bases and lateral faces of your rectangular prism. So in this example here, this top is considered a base and the bottom is considered a base. Your top and bottom are considered your base, and your sides that wrap around, those are considered your lateral faces. Okay, this figure here, this is a net. Okay, so this net represents this three-dimensional rectangular prism. And the area is calculated right here, meaning you take the length times the width, that gives you the area of your base. You have two of them, that's why it's 2L. Then you take your length times your height, that gives you the area of this one and this one. That's why we have two of them, that's why there's 2 times LH. And then you have this smaller side and this smaller side, which are H times W. You have 2 of them, that's why it's 2WH. Okay, so let's look at an example. So in this example here, we're going to calculate the surface area of this rectangular prism in 2 different ways. The first way, we're going to take each individual piece and we're going to add them up. So we know we have 2 bases, and our bases have a side 3 and a side 5, but we have 2 of them. And together, 3 times 5 is 15, so 15 times 2 equals 30. So we took care of this top and that bottom. Okay, now let's take care of this big side and the big side on the other side there. Okay, we see that there's 2 of them. We have 5 at the bottom and it's 6 inches tall. We have 2 of them. 5 times 6 is 30. So 30 times 2 equals 60. And now we have finally these skinny sides, this side and the side in the back there. And those ones are only 3 inches by 6 inches tall. And again, we have 2 of them. So one of them is 18. So therefore 18 times 2 gives us 36. Then we just add them all up. 30 plus 60 plus 36 then equals 126. So we found our surface area of this rectangular prism to be 126. And we did that by just adding up all the sides. However, there's another way you can do it, and that's by using the net. So if we broke this net up and we saw that there's this rectangle here, we see that that is actually, we see 6 inches, and then we add up all these sides. 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 is 16. And 16 times 6 is 96. So this is 96. And then we have here this piece and this piece, and we can connect them to create one long skinny rectangle that's 3 inches by 10 inches. And we know 3 times 10 is 30. So therefore we can then take these and we can add them up together, and we get 96 plus 30, and again we get 126. So there are 2 ways to do it if you're able to draw out the net. Okay, so in general, your formula for surface area of any prism is the area of the bases plus the area of all the lateral sides. So on this one here, we actually have a triangular prism, meaning we have a triangle for the base each base, the top and the bottom. So we can calculate this out either using our net or using adding up each area. So I am going to, since we have the net, a little bit easier to do. So let's do that one. All right, so if we look at this big, large rectangle here, we know that it is 6 by 3 plus 5 plus 4, which is 12. And 12 times 6 is 72. So the area of our lateral surfaces ends up being 72. Okay, now we have these two triangles for our top and bottom for our bases, right? And this triangle is a right triangle, and it has 3 and 4. So here is as a reminder, area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Here's our base and our height. So 1/2 times 4 times 3 equals 6. 4 times 3 is 12. Half of 12 is 6. So that is just one triangle. We have two of them, so we needed to do 6 times 2, which is 12. So altogether, those two triangles add up to 12. We add them all up together. 72 plus 12 gives us 84. 84 meters squared is our surface area. Okay, now it's time for you to write in your notes. And time to do just one practice problem. Okay, in this practice problem, we have a triangular prism. And we need to find the surface area. This time we're not given a net, so you need to think about your base or bases. You have two of them, right? Okay, and it's telling you that the base is 5 and the height is 12. Okay, but remember you have two of them, so you find the area of this triangle and multiply it by 2, and that will give you the area of your surface area of your bases. But now to find the lateral faces. Well, we have a little square, right? That's 5 by what? 3 tall. So 5 by 3. We just have one of those. That's this side here. Now we have this front side. This front side is a rectangle as well, 3 by 13. And then we have that back side back there, which is 3 by 12. So you need to find the area of this one, the area of this one, and the area of that one. Add them all up, and then add it to your bases. And that will give you your answer. And that is the end of 10.1.